Look what the cat dragged in. Or is this the cat dragging us in? Welcome to the next toy box. Let's talk about it. How's it going? Welcome to Nick's Toy Box, your place for everything Marvel Legends, Hot Toys, and other collectibles. Today, we are continuing on with the Spider-Man 2 Marvel Legends line from the Gamerverse series. This time, Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat. Now, this was a pleasant surprise back at the Hasbro livestream event, but definitely a welcomed one. I actually didn't have a Black Cat in my collection, and I love this character design, so this is definitely welcomed. I can definitely appreciate the breakup of a Venom and all the alternative suits for the two Spider-Man from the game with another awesome character. Otherwise, I do admit that this set probably would have felt a little bland, so this definitely diverses the wave. With that, we're going to have to go into details on the amount of accessories and the figure as a whole. The package is what we've come to expect, with that white, the bright reds blending with blacks, and the eccentric Spider-Man logo in the back, with this typical panel up front, with the name on the side, with Spider-Man 2 bold at the bottom, typical stuff layouts here that looks like a character selection screen. This is the only instant where it really doesn't work, because we never get the chance to play as her. But regardless, I think this packaging is dope, and it's really cool choice. And if you're an inbox collector or you keep the boxes, these are definitely a box for the ages. But let's free her and get a little bit of a closer look. Right off the bat, elephant in the room is lack of accessories. We only get 2 sets of hands. So like the more fisted hands and these open clawed hands. No alternative head sculpts, and only one actual other accessory, which is the wand. I think these hands and the wand are all painted and sculpted wonderfully, especially the wand. I love it. I love that translucence in the middle. I love the metallics, how it's painted, and the textures of the little heads on either end. It's greatly done, and of course, if we were going to get an accessory, this is a really cool one to get for Felicia Hardy for the Spider-Man 2 game. With that, I'm extremely underwhelmed that she's charged in price just as much as all these other characters, but we don't get any other accessories. We'll get more into that. We'll go and throw her on the turntable and take a closer look at Felicia Hardy. Now, looking at the figure itself, she looks really awesome. She doesn't work very well with my turntable just because of all her whites. So I do sorry about all of that weirdness there. But this is a really cool figure, which we'll get into with the articulation and even paint applications and the molding and everything like that. Because it's an exceptional figure. The biggest complaint that we are already talking about is just the lack of accessories based in with that price. She's about full price for these Marvel Legends wave, which is almost 30-ish bucks a piece. And with no extra hands on top of just the one extra we got and just a weapon, I gotta ask, is that worth it? Does the figure itself make up for all of those shortcomings? No, unfortunately not. While I do think this is probably one of the best Black Cats that we're going to get in recent years, it is very underwhelming from a wave that didn't have an issue giving loads of accessories to all the other characters. But with that, put a pin in it, and we'll get a closer look at the figure itself so you can decide if this is right for you. Grabbing her, getting a closer look, she's textured and the body mold and everything is done wonderfully. This is a phenomenal head sculpt. I give it like a 10 out of 10 with how good it looks with those see-through goggles. Even the hair is articulated. All the different whites to show the fur versus the actual suit itself. All of these minor details and textures in the suit are wonderfully done. And they add it and put it into articulation points that like help the figure flow as a whole when posing. Which is just a plus for something like this, because I will choose more articulation with a little bit more seam lines, as opposed to like a stiff figure with no seam lines. But this, blends both perfectly. And we get an awesome amount of articulation. I would hope so for somebody who's supposed to be as like nimble as the black cat. So posing her, loads of fun. She's very dynamic, which is awesome when you want to pose her with the Spider-Man, or maybe fighting off other villains, or fighting Spider-Man himself. Regardless, whichever way you want to go about it, she flows pretty freely once you get those kind of stiffened joints going. I don't have a lot of complaints in the articulation area or in the body sculpt and everything itself. This is an awesome figure. Like I was saying previously, you let me know in the comments below if this is what you are happy with for the articulation for Felicia Hardy, or maybe you were hoping for more, or did I miss something that you like are watching right now and they're like, oh my god, how did you miss that? Either way, let me know in the comments below so we can talk about it. This is honestly one of those figures where you could get lost in time with all the different posing. Because you're watching as I'm doing this. This isn't sped up or altered in any way. She just flows like that smoothly, which is awesome. This is what we want from an action figure that's meant to be played with and posed with. So, you know, let's get some more of these cool little action shots just so we can get a feel for her. Because we're already coming up to the end of the video. There's, like I said, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot to dig deep into this figure. But we'll do a quick crash course for the end here so we're all on the same page. I love this figure for its paint applications, the body mold, the face mold, everything like that is absolutely phenomenal. The accessory we do get is sculpted and done perfectly. The big downside is that we only get one accessory and one extra set of hands. She is severely lacking in that department, and I think ultimately the figure itself can't save the rest of that. I would have liked at least one more set of hands, at least, and why not give in like one of her little cat plushie looking things from the first game, or just a cat to go with it, or something. Like we could have gotten like so at least one more other thing to kind of make this, I think, perfect. But that's it. I think we're at the end of the ropes for this. Those are just my thoughts and my opinions. You know, like and share. Leave a comment about what you think about this figure and what you'd like to see in the future, and subscribe, as all of this helps my channel, helps me grow, so you can see more content like this by me. And if you're still hungry for more, click any of these videos to see more of me and more of my collection. I always appreciate you taking the time to watch. And as always, this is Nick's Toy Box. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.